everyone, welcome back to Pommyinoz. We're doing a real special here. We've had the draft, we've finally got our list, we've got to go to the supplementary for our final pick, but it looks like the list is signed, sealed and delivered. So if you are new around here, we do lots of AFL content, football, cricket, tennis. If it's a sport, we're probably doing it. So please like, please subscribe. It does really help the channel out and it means the world to me. If you are like the legends who are scrolling below, can't thank you enough. These guys and girls have liked the channel. You can do that. You can become a member of the channel. Link is in the description. And if you are a big fan of things like that, Pommy Sports Almanac for all your sport print needs. So what we're doing is we're going to have a look at the guys and girls we've taken, have a little bit of a chat about them, and see if we've done all right. I've been in a very privileged position this year that I've talked about both of these gentlemen for a long time, one longer than the other. But we'll look at the first pick. So in the draft, we did take Motlop. Small forward, has played a little bit on the outside. Pure X Factor, real strong goal kicking nous. And really handy player. Real clean around the ball at deck. And really, really potent when he does get his hands on said pill. I think one thing that really strikes me about him as well is just around 8 pressure acts a game, which is decent numbers, and being 17 years old as well and playing senior footy, that stands him in good stead moving forward, because it's really hard when you are a young boy like he is to play and get that body, and that is one of the downsides. And I know that a lot of the draft people have talked the bad side of him is his size and strength, and I totally disagree with that, and I'll tell you for why. For me, when I look at these players and covering the draft and stuff and really look into it in kind of an insular level, your small forwards are probably your safest picks to take anywhere later in the draft, because a good one who's got nous and savviness, the strength doesn't really come into it. You watch players like Cameron in his younger days, Ryan in his younger days, Kysaiah Pickett as well now. These guys are so quick, and their ability to read the game, they don't really get involved in, the nitty-gritty, the bumping and things like that, and being bodied off the ball. They're looking for the ball on the deck to sweep in, swoop up, and get the goal, or get the ball to someone to score. That's what Motlop does really well. He's a natural crummer, and he's got real good spatial awareness. You can't teach that. Real instinctive kicking as well. He can kick on both feet. Maybe not so successfully with his weaker foot, but he has got that ability to get the ball off quickly and snag around the corner. Watching him move in, I was very shocked to see Fremantle not take him in their pick in the early 20s. I didn't think they'd let him slide with the NGA rules being what they were pre-40 this year. But impressive, he slid. Frio's loss, our game. But a real supreme player. And I think what I really do enjoy is when I looked at Carlton's list this year and we talked about outside run forward, I was thinking he's going to have to tackle, and this kid puts a lot of pressure in. Now, there's been a lot of similarities to him. Eddie Betts, I don't think that's right. I think when I've watched him play, my instinct tells me it's a tipper type player. Someone that really closes space well, that makes defenders make mistakes because he's in earshot. Once he tackles, you stay tackled. And that is something we don't have in abundance. And people are saying, is this going to affect Durden? Is this going to affect Owies? Is this going to affect Honey? I don't really think so, because I look at a proper forward line. You have 2 good tolls, and we've got exceptionally versatile tolls in Kerno and Mackay. And then there's points of difference. So I see Durden like the Jamie Cripps. Real hungry, real competitor, really hard at the ball, really, really dogged type player. Then I think that if you're looking at Honey's more of that entry inside 50. Kind of the role that Jack Martin plays off the half forward, moving a bit further deeper if he needs to be. And then you've got Owies, who is just probably a natural, kind of like a Matthew Wright type player. He's there at the right time, plays on instinct, and our leading inside 50 getter. This guy's the cream, the icing. Because then you've got Jay Sauce to come into there, Jack Martin. I think this is the guy that you have anyway, and I think that you've had Eddie Betts. This guy, I think, offers a lot more in the near future than Eddie did at the point we got him in his career, because Betts was experienced back end. This is the future. And you look at all the forward line now in the AFL, they all have a creative player like this, and we simply don't. As good as Honey and Owies, and we know I love them, we've talked about them for a long time leading up to the draft that year. This kid's got something else. Absolute delight that he slid down there, and I'm really, really happy with it. If you want to check our thoughts out earlier, just go to guys around our pick. We chose 3 of them. Jesse Motlop was the choice in there out of the 2. That was about a month ago on Blue Abroad. I'm really excited about that. He's a really good player and some guy that I'm really excited about seeing moving forward. The next guy we've got here, Dom Aku. And this is the guy that we talked about. I actually went back and checked. April the 3rd, we were talking about this guy last year. So we've had a year of knowledge about him. And I'm super stoked to see him in the Cat B. I think I've over-talked about this guy for about a year now. And it's great to have him on deck. And supreme player. I'm really excited about this guy. Now, he's not for now. And you're probably not going to see him this year. But what I really enjoy about him at the moment is seeing his development at Northern Knights. Now, we know I'm a little bit of a whore for the Northern Knights type players. I really do get around them. I really enjoy them. And this guy here has impressed me since he came into the system to where he is now. There is a noticeable difference. Sponge-like learning. They've thrown him down the back. He just pinch hitting the ruck. They've even played him up forward as well. Solid pair of hands. And he's a real talent. He's really athletic, which is something that, we're looking for. All the clubs are looking for. And that sponge-like learning, it's something that he's really doing. And he's definitely got a huge ceiling. In the terms of we get this right, and we use players like Wheaterin, we use players like Marchbank, Oscar McDonald. These guys have played games, been in the system a long time. And then you look at the coaches around there as well, all development specialists. He could be a real top-end talent and a player that we always have these rookies that come out of nowhere and go on to play 200 games. I've got a feeling about this kid because he gives me Mad Jack Door vibes, Aaliyah vibes. He really is so athletic, particularly like Aaliyah. He's like a wisp, but he's strong and he's quick and he attacks the ball and he gets the game on an insular level. And you see that by his development as he's gone in. He's got a real pair of legs on him. And I think the highlight everyone's seen, and everyone gets clouded by it, that ruck tap he did of long ass Paul to Sabalalis, the ruckman. People get blinded by that because he's a lot more than his vertical leap, but he has got that. He's a real talent that I'm going to be really watching hard in the VFL. I'm going to be watching it hard in the VFL because I reckon 2022, 2023, you've got it. It's a slow burn with him, but he's got the profile that you look for. Like if you were doing a tick box of someone to be, a handy little backman who could tap out in the ruck, this is the guy. If you were looking at a backman now, an interceptor, 90% of the ticks he's got are what I'm looking for. So real exciting position. Really get around him. I've actually made an inquiry with the club about sponsoring this gentleman because we have talked about him for a while now. And I'm super stoked to see him in the Cat B. The other 2 selections, obviously, we don't have to really talk about them. We know Lockie O'Brien. We know Matty Cottrell. We wish them best in their second year. But now it's over to the supplementary draft stage. It's going to be a really exciting time for us. I can't wait to see what we pick up. Let me know in the comments what you're looking for in that area. How did you rate our draft? And till next time.